Go.
Hi everyone, this is a Reiki school. Today we're going to cover Reiki on a chair. A lot of time we don't have a luxury or access to the table, or some people are not be able to lay flat. So this is a good way to learn and also put you in a put that into your healing toolbox, right? So we're gonna cover that. Before we go into jump onto the Reiki on chair, we're going to do a quick meditation and create a sacred space and protect ourselves. So let us start. Okay. Now breathe deeply from the core of the earth all the way up to your heart. One slow deep breath. Inhale. Hold on top of inhale and exhale, saying couple more time. Inhale from the core of earth. Further expand your heart chakra. Relax your shoulders. And exhale. Feel the expansion of your auric field. Now, inhale from the heaven and core of Mother Earth. Inhale. Hold and exhale. Further expand your auric field up to the beyond your tip of the finger until you truly feel you are densifying your own energy. Ready? Inhale from heaven and earth. Hold. Exhale. If you're standing, this is a good way to ground yourself, right? Open your leg wide, okay? And inhale from the core of an earth. Meet here and expand. Inhale. Exhale. If you are sitting, make sure your tailbone is aligned to the core of the earth. If you're standing also, your tailbone is facing directly down to the earth. Feel the tailbone. Okay, feel the tailbone. Okay, with the hand. The tailbone need to be directly facing the core of the earth. So if you have a little bit tilted hip, you adjust, okay? And then inhale from the heaven and the earth. Hold and exhale. Feel the expansion this way and this way, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Now bring the hand together. Do the flexion things back and forth. Move your arm. This will encourage a cardiovascular, the triple heart warmer meridian. And one fist, one flat surface. Hit in the center of the body. Change. Hit. 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 Make it really fast. Make sure you are centered so you could do this in a quick way. If you're not centered, you can do this. So this is a good way to check you are grounded, you are centered, you're holding your space. Yeah, good. Now stop. Slowly separate both hands. Bring it together, but don't touch. Okay? Just start feeling something in between. You will feel kind of jelly-like or little electric tingling sensation, right? We're going to play around with this. Expand, contract, putting it together. You start to feel the resistance, right? So play with it. Expand, come it together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Very good. Bring this hand left on the chest, right on the abdomen. Okay. Inhale from the belly all the way up to your heart. Exhale down through your tailbone and down to Mother Earth. Inhale into the lower belly from Earth. Expand your belly and further inhale all the way up to your heart and exhale. Inhale into the belly all the way up the heart. Exhale together. Now back to the normal breathing. Bring your hand together in the center of your body. Inhale into the center. Bring more of the golden light. Exhale. Encase your auric field with golden particle, the liquid gold, everywhere around you, right? Very good. Now we're going to command Reiki energy to flow. Just command, focus between your palm, Reiki energy flow. You will start to feeling a sensation in the area. In my case, usually back of the shoulder and go down to the arms. Start to feeling a tingling sensation. Some people are different, but it's really important to command. Okay, you could do just for today 3 times also to make yourself ready. Okay, good. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna ask her to come here to be a model. Okay. So if you have an opportunity, the person is not standing yet. I mean, not sitting down yet. This is a good time to do this. Okay, I will show you quickly. The person is here, right? You don't need to actually touch. But I'm gonna let the person to know, is it okay if I lightly touch the point of your body? And then they usually say yes. Okay. There's a couple of things you can do. First, can you step in? Okay, great. You're gonna be slightly behind the person, okay? But she or he will kind of see you, so you're not like a completely behind and surprise them, right? So you kind of like this, so they kind of know where I am exactly. And use this hand, okay? Just not even touch, getting very close to this part of the body and then the back, okay? So just slowly feeling the auric field and slowly coming to the point and notice how the body shift. Okay. Normally you don't need to touch. This will adjust the forward and in the back movement. Then you're gonna go back, okay, and touch outside of the shoulder, almost touching. You don't really need to touch, but very close. Okay, and you will feel additional adjustment. Same thing, go down to the hip, this area, okay? You don't need to touch, very close to it, all right? And then ask the person to continue to breathe deeply because they tend to stop breathing. So, ask them, you could you could do a normal breathing or deeply. And then a very important point, all the way to the bottom of the edge of the, how do you say this edge of here? Right here.
Ankle?
Angle. Okay, so go down. If you feel comfortable, go all the way down. Okay, and again, try to feel their ankles from both sides. And if the person is not grounding, their axis will sway like this. Very subtle. I'm just exaggerating. And then as you hold the place with your hands, you could tell the person start to finding the point of the centering. So this little touch point will automatically bring the person in the center. So a lot of your work is already done before the person sit down in the chair. So it is good, yeah? So ask them to have a seat. Okay, ideally the chair, the person's feet are touching the ground. Okay, if it is not, you could offer the thing that whatever the step or cushion or anything, or adjust your chair accordingly. So here, you could face that. Okay, all right. Is it good so far? Can you see? Hopefully you could hear me. If you have a pendulum, right, it is a good time to use it. I forgot to give the folks in outside the pendulum, but if you have a pendulum, before you start anything, it's a very good way to access the crown. Normally you can't do this, but if the person is sitting, it's a great time to use a pendulum on the crown. Okay, as you can see, this is a very healthy crown. Okay, just remember the quality and robustness of the turn, right? Okay, so now one of the first things in a chair, you want to have this person to be grounded. So I will tell you the trick or tips. Remember the sacred symbol number 1. Yeah, you are going to either draw in a hand or draw the symbol directly on the knee of the person, project all the way down to the feet. So you're going to draw 2 symbols. I usually just draw the 2 symbols simultaneously, but the mirror image, and project it down, okay? And all the way down to the feet, to ground. If you feel comfortable, okay, if you feel comfortable to kneel down, okay, kneel down in front of the person, you can do that, or in the side. And I have these things handy here, so I'm going to use this. So activate your hand with the sacred symbol number 1, and place the hand like this. You could be facing. And you could stay here a couple of minutes. And you don't need to touch, actually, if you don't want to. You could just hover over. But you need to make sure you are in a comfortable posture when you're doing this. The most important. If you're like doing this, you just simply adjust your posture in a more comfortable way and approach that. Or you could come here and just mentally project the image. Okay, the same things. But first, you really want to ground the person in a chair. Okay. So let's say the person, excuse me, let's say the person is grounded. We did a pendulum on the chakra 7, the crown, right? It was a very good turn she had. So I'm going to go from the over high and slowly bring the hand down until the place that you feel the healthy resistance, right? It's around here for this person. So I'm not gonna go press it down. I'm just gonna hover over in this area, okay? And notice my hand is very high, right? This position is not very comfortable. So I'm not gonna stay too long here until I feel very comfortable. I'm gonna, I'm gonna stop. But this is a very good way to know the auric field of the person. Notice before you start the robustness in the turn and what is the auric field. And I will continue to ask the person to take a deep breath from the earth all the way to the heart and exhale. And then ask them to focus on the breath. Okay, so right here. And we're going to continue to create kind of egg shape, right? Start to kind of feel the auric field. To simply just you are gathering the information of the auric field. Is there any gap? Is there any like a dips, right? So kind of go down like this. Okay. And then when you go in a leg, just simply come out in here and continue on, right? The special attention around the knees, right? And then go all the way down to the ankles area. Okay. All right, so this is the first scanning. Then I'm just going to show you a couple of hands position. One of the easiest things that people usually start with, okay, the crown, right? Going like this, that's fine. But I suggest to start with the shoulder. Okay, so she has like this. Okay, so I'm gonna simply just place the hand on the shoulder, not so much like this, but it's more like a toward the back. And this time I'm gonna ask the person to breathe into the in between the throat and the chest, right here. Can you just focus on here and breathe in and out? And you could ask them, try to relax the shoulders and the mouth, the jaw. They are kind of connected. And this is a very good way to bond with a person and also settle yourself in, and you can ground even more. So take at least a couple of minutes here in this position. Usually I recommend it 5 to 6 minutes, but at least a couple of minutes. This is also a great time to gather information. You can start scanning the person's energy body to see is there any other place this person requires the more Reiki energy than others. If the person has a lot of anxiety issue or a lot of things going on in life or in the head, then one of the good way to approach first before you going down the body, it is good to do this both ear, kind of hover around near the ears. Okay, don't squeeze it, but hover around the ears, and then ask them to focus on the breathing, and you will start to hearing the person. Yuri, can you hear your breathing when I do this? Breathe. Yeah, the person's going to pay more attention to their own breathing, his or her own, own breathing. And then also this position that you have the Reiki energy harmonizing right and left brain hemisphere. So when you're doing this, visualize the brain and basically command like a harmonizing energy. Right? Now, another position is very effective for the people who suffer from anxiety and sometimes, frustration, right? Place one hand not over the eye, like a third eye, and the back. Make sure you are breathing deeply as well and grounded. Every time you have to hold the position longer, your posture is very, very important. At the same time, pay attention to your client or the person on the chair. Are they relaxed? Their finger as a clench, how they're breathing, that kind of things. And you adjust accordingly. Okay, I had to go over this because it's a lot of energy coming up. So my hand should be like a this. It's plenty. I don't need to place so closely. It's this, this distance is plenty. At this point, you could just go down your throat chakra and then the back, right? The throat is very sensitive, so make sure you're not like encroaching too close to the throat. But in order to feel the sense of the throat chakra, sometimes you have to get closer because throat chakra tend to be small. So you could scan when you're scanning, you could bring your hand a little closer, but as soon as you sense it, make sure you're not suffocating the person, give them space. And know the chakra system is both front and back. And this is a great way to access both chakras simultaneously when a person is in a sitting position, right? If a person is laying down, we don't have a luxury to do the both chakra, front and back simultaneously. And sometimes we forget the back chakra, right? So this is a great way to sense the chakra movement from the front and back. If the person is started experiencing depression time to time, that's the great position is the back of the shoulder, back of the head. Okay, let's move this a little bit like this. Okay, so back right here, this part, back of the shoulder. Okay, and then also the in between throat and then the heart chakra, and then the back. The most important part is here, okay, the back where the skull meets the cervical, the neck. So you can't have like a this position. It's very effective. Sometimes you see them kind of hue when you working with Reiki energy. So you know the area of the excess or underperforming chakra was tend to overexpress that color into the different parts of the body. Okay. Now next, since I don't have people in front of me, I don't know you have a question, but I'm just gonna go down to the different position. You may have a chair next to you. Okay, if you have, it's always better to be in the same height or lower. You could have something like this or other things, so you could access to different parts of the body easily, right? The next position, you could do the belly right here, and you don't need to touch it. See, that's another thing. And then don't be shy to access the other side, the back side of it. Even though the chair back is here, you still be able to access, depending on the chair, right? You could access from the back of the chair, or you could place the hands in the back like this, right? Now, some people ask me, what do you do if the person has a lower back issue? Because it's not necessarily easy to access that area when the person is sitting like this. So there's a technique, it's called vector technique. You're going to project the energy from the front that directly across the area. So if it's a lower back pain, if you approach from this way, the arrow, right? So you're going to be approaching, use the hands, right hand, and aim to the area of the problem. Okay? And then you're consciously focusing on the end point, this case of lower back. So even though I am not touching or having a hands near the lower back, because of this position, you could reach to the area. Okay? It's called the vector method. So you could tell the client, I am accessing from this side, okay, and to the lower back. So I want you to rest your awareness to your lower back. That's where the Reiki energy is pouring right now. And you could stay until you sense the feedback from the area, or as long as it needed. Okay. So that's another technique. And then you could just go down if you feel, you safely could access to the rest of the body. The knee, right? You could approach from the side or front. Okay. Depending on how you are and what's the floor like, it may be difficult to approach the leg, the lower part of the leg. But sometimes you could approach by ask the person to extend the one leg. And let's say if you have something that you place on the bottom, right? Or you could put simply all onto your leg and access the back, right? Back of the knee. I don't know if you could see it. And then
so Makiko, can you move her back just a little bit so we could see?
So you could see it? Okay. Can you go back?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, that's better?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did is I asked her to, so this is something you have to know, that you are their flexibility, this is okay. You may want to go lower, but then I have a direct access to here and even here, right? Now, if you are in a location where you're inside, you have a fluffy carpet in the bottom, something like that, most likely people going to do this, like, go like this, you go down, right? And place the hand like this. But I have to say, it is not a very comfortable position. So every time you work, I'm sure if you are doing a physical therapy type of work, you know how this works. You have to always be most comfortable when you're providing. So either you're gonna be moving to the position, or you're gonna be assisting a client to the preferable place. If you cannot do that, don't do it, and then find some other way to access. So this is kind of one sequence. Okay, let's come back here. A little bit long. And then let's say you're done with, sorry honey, is it okay? All right, good, you're good. Let's say you're done. You come back again from your first position and then feel the auric field, like, and then ask the person to continue to breathe deeply and breathe deep, huh? Okay. Interesting that the auric field was distribution shifted. Well, I didn't really give the long Reiki, but let's see. And you could do the pendulum again to see how the chakra movement change or didn't change. So her case is it was like a really with the excitement, it became like a more calm, rhythmic, right, movement. And that's something you could tell the client. And this is a great time to use the work with the crown, right? This is the crown chakra, singing bowl. As a final touch, this is not something you have to do, but I love to do this. And every time I have an opportunity to do that. Now, remember, you're going to protect the clients with a golden egg. The first, yeah. Check the aura. And then finally, cover with a golden egg, the beautiful golden egg. And step back. Tenyoku. And thanks to Reiki energy.
Am I supposed to do it?
Hmm?
Am I supposed to do it?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
But since you took Reiki too, you could go out there and join them.
Oh,
Okay, all right. Well, honey, thank you. Thank you for being a model. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and any question? Oh, I think I did something.
So, Makiko, is it preferable not to be hands-on, or if they're comfortable and you're comfortable, is it okay to be hands-on?
There's a preference. A lot of people, some people, most people likes to be hands-on. To my experience, but some people don't. I mean, to my opinion, no, you don't need to be hands-on. It depends on the person.
But it's okay if you like, it's okay to be hands-on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people like to be hands-on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
Okay.
Actually, hands-on is easier for you as well.
I was just going to say, for positioning, I mean, that's more of what we're used to with doing all our manual work. You're obviously, your hands are on them, and that's support kind of, obviously it's still a light touch. It's not like you're,
Yeah.
leaning into them, but.
I know. So then I found that the people who had a really had a hard time is a massage therapist who used to do a deep tissue kind of thing. Is way too much. Okay, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's actually you feel less if you press too much. You feel more if you don't touch.
I guess that's where my question was, like, if you're supposed to be like sort of feeling that auric field, are you compressing it too much by having your hands in contact?
Yeah, I could tell immediately that person's background when I'm receiving it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's okay. You just need to back off. It's a good way to work with. Pick the 5 cents, the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that is plenty pressure.
The weight. Mm-hmm.
The weight. Yeah, which is not much, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good question though. I mean, especially now, people like are afraid, but actually the people probably now want to be touched more because of the strange things going on. Nobody be hugged and touched. Right. So
physical contact. Yeah,
it's important. Just simply be there and some kind of light touch, somebody holding them, feel or like touching them itself is therapeutic.
Okay.
All right. Oh, welcome, Robert. You made it. And Lona, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I was running late getting home.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. You guys have any questions?
No, but I really like the technique setting up because you have one hand in front and one in the back. I think that's more effective than side by side.
Yeah, it's actually quite important because a lot of people forget the chakra is thinking we're just in the front. It actually, the two, our spinal column has a closure, like a bow tie, in the center of the bow tie, right? That's creating a chakra cone structure. So when you say chakra, there's always has something else in the opposing side. Yeah. So this case, you could directly work with both, and you'll be surprised a lot of different information you receive because you have both information from the both side.
Especially like the lower back.
Yeah, lower back is usually that's not the issue, that problem coming from a lot of time. So You listen to the person's complaint first, but don't think that is the one you're treating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Lower back issue is very common. The number one common pain issue. So yeah, it is important to start with the center. That is probably you'll start to know where that cause is coming from before they sit in the chair.
You just have them show you, right? Can you just have them like point to it and say, this is where I'm hurting?
Yeah. The thing is, when you feel the pain, it could be, Kira probably know. I mean, Rona would know. Referred pain. Sometimes it's a referred pain. It's not actually the area that directly causing the pain, right? So that's
Yeah.
something you will start to see it, the pattern. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I recommend you to do like a now. Try to find a partner so that it stick to you, if you can.
So Makiko, can you just, so when you're saying like when you're assessing the auric field, well, I guess we'll learn more the more times you do it, you just get a better feel. So, but what do you kind of feel that leads you in a direction that to say, oh, that's an area that we need to work on?
So when you're centering a person, you know really there what's the overarching issue right off. And then sometimes you just your hands go, or you see the auric overexpress auric. So it's a many different information. So I have to say, first you want to do it, right? And then if you want to be sure, you have a different tool, right? Like a pendulum scanning, right? A scan and see you're not really searching this case is exact analysis of each chakra. You were seeing the overall profile, right? If you could feel more, you feel more confident, right? If you don't feel, you pay attention to the slight body movement and breathing. It's so much information there. First of all, usually person has excess amount of tension, the area of the pain. So just looking at the person's coming in or the way they sit or the posture, right? And you say you start noticing, oh, there's so much things happening in the chest or tight shoulder, right? Going and sitting like this, other than this, or like right, the biting. A lot of stress here, right? You could tell back here. So, or, really tightly, holding a hand like this, and sitting down, they are nervous, right? There's a lot of information, even though you're not reading a subtle body field. You have to be very, you have to be listening, and you have to be, and not listening what they're talking so much, but you're listening the body. You listen their body and observing and then feeling and sensing. So that's really great information to start with. So you will get there. More you do it, and more you feel comfortable. And then also pay attention to the breathing. Ask them to breathe deep, and tell them why you're asking. You increase your auric field, your energy. So I could assess, fairly, right, or optimize your energy. And most people, they start to breathe really deep and nicely, and then you start to feeding their subtle energy even more. Hopefully that's going to answer. Now, in the beginning of the Reiki, I recommend to try children and teenager. They're like have a plenty of chakra energy, and it's like, whoa. So yeah, that's my recommendation. I remember the people say, "Oh, Makiko, there's no such thing as chakra energy. I don't see, I don't feel it, and it's okay." Do you have a kid? Yeah. So try the easy one first. Not the baby, but you know. Baby is a little trickier, so you know, infant I'm talking about, but everything after that, it's pretty good. So Robert has a grandkid, so it's perfect.
Yeah. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, yeah, try it. You know, and a pet too. Animal has lots.
Oh, the dogs love it. They feel it immediately. They just stand still, don't go nowhere, and they love it.
Perfect. Good. Dog is very sensitive. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
cat too, but the dog is really good. Actually, if you have a dog, observe where they like to lay. There's a particular spot they always go and lay, like going like this. That is a good energy spot.
Oh,
Yeah, mark that
that's
down
interesting.
and yeah, do meditation or anything there. It was good thing to happen.
What if you have like a concrete floors, you know, a slab
Mm-hmm.
house? The house is built on a slab. Does it matter?
No, it's probably good right on the ground, right?
I always wondered if I was getting grounded very well because I'm on a thick slab, you know, instead of, you know, going outside and putting your feet on the ground.
Oh yeah. Do you have a selenite or a tourmaline that stands up?
A
That's what
tourmaline?
tourmaline. Yeah, black tourmaline that stands up. Not
No, I just,
those things like it stands.
no, I don't.
Okay. I mean, try to find those. We'll help you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Okay. If it's good, I'm gonna turn this off and I'm gonna join the backyard.
Thank you.
And I will see you shortly. Hopefully, everybody could come back in 7.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
In
Lona
about
is presenting.
an
Yeah,
hour. Yeah.
hour. Yeah. We'll see you in a bit. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. See you at
Thank
7.
you.